Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Litecoin. Right now we're sitting at $43.46. We're down 1.45%. And what we're going to be looking at today is the volume and how it's decreasing. We're going to talk about how we've been consolidating for the past 2 weeks. We're going to look at how we're below each of our moving averages. We're going to pay attention to, we're going to look at the white trend line. We're going to look at some Donchian channels. And I also want to start out by talking about my friend Ryan. So I just want to bring this up here. He's just getting into trading, and he's opened up a Robinhood account, and he's getting into this, and he came over and we were talking, and what we were looking at is trends. And for him starting in this space, I believe trends is one of the first things that you really want to look into. For me, I started with candlesticks, but I think trends are the most important, so you can identify what type of trend you're in and you can start trading with that trend. So when he was over here, we were going over trends and we were talking about higher highs and higher lows for uptrends and lower highs and lower lows for downtrends. And he was getting that, and he was starting to look for that trend change. And that's what we're looking for today. We're spending time and we're really seeing when Litecoin is going to put in that final bottom for us, and we can change the trend, just like we did over here where we had an inverted head and shoulders pattern after that long downtrend of 2018, that bear market, and then we started our uptrend again where we were making higher highs and higher lows. And that's what we need to do now. We've been consolidating sideways, and we need a trend line break out of here to get moving back to those higher highs and higher lows. So if you get something out of this today, guys, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends. I appreciate you all being here with me today, and we're going to dig into this. So whenever you have decreasing volume as well, the candles are going to get very tight. If you can see this, it's been about over 2-week time frame here, and the candles have been really tight, and you've just been working in this consolidation range, just like we had over here when we were trying to find our bottom. When we dropped down, then we moved back up, and we didn't end up having a true trend line break out of there. And that's what we're looking for now, is to see if we can have a large stick of volume come in and start having candle closes up above this trend line. If not, and we see rejection off this, things could get a little bit more ugly, guys. And I just want you to be aware that we could be looking down around that $40. It's going to be a spot I'm going to look at next for support, and then it'd be down around $35. Those would be the next two areas for support if we see rejection from this white downtrend line. But you can see how the lower highs and lower lows have been coming in, and we're just really trying to change that trend. And that's why I have an alert up here at $65, $65.28, because that's the high that we'll need to start getting over, making higher highs and higher lows. It is so very important. Now what I wanted to do was show you a few indicators. We're going to start out with the stock RSI. With the stock RSI, we're at 6 and 29 right now, so we are in that oversold territory. We have not had a positive cross with a bullish candlestick pattern to confirm that, so I would not be going long just off that stock. Me personally, guys, I've just been sitting back and I'm waiting for a good entry point. I want to take a long at some point here, but we have not found that true bottom yet with confirmation. So I'm sitting back, I'm watching this, and I'm being very patient and picking my spot to where I want to reinvest in Litecoin and start riding that trend back to the upside, just like you saw here, because a lot of these trends, they'll run in 6 months increments, 1 year increments, and if you can get in early on one of those trends, it can be so beneficial to you just in terms of your overall account, something that you want to look at and pay attention to. The next one I want you to look at is the Donchian, or however you say it, channels here. And this is almost like a Bollinger Band type deal. And what's happening is we're getting a squeeze on these bands, and whenever you get a squeeze on the bands, you can anticipate a breakout. Now this isn't going to tell you whether it's going to be a break to the upside or the downside, but it's going to show you that a big move is most likely going to be coming. Just like over here, do you see how the bands got very tight together and then we had this big explosive move? Same deal. As they get tighter, we're going to have that move. Now we're below our middle band, which is our 20-day moving average. We are below that, so remember, the trend is still down. We have a greater odds of breaking to the downside because the trend is down than we do the upside, and that's why I said I wouldn't try to just pick a bottom right now. I'd wait to see us, if we are to have a nice candle close up above this white trend line, a 5% or more candle close up above that, and then you can start looking for a potential long. But for right now, we just don't have the confirmation, is what I wanted to point out to you. So that's your Donchian channels. And then the next one I wanted to do was our RSI. So this is going to be our relative strength index. And with our RSI, we're at 32, so we're close to that oversold territory. So when you're looking at this, we're also trying to spot some divergence. So price ended up going down to around $41, and our RSI was at about 22. and now our price is around 43 and our RSI is around 30. So what we're trying to do is set a nice little higher low here on the RSI so we can start building to make that higher high and higher low. And what I like to use the RSI for is basically to gauge the overbought and oversold, but also I want to draw trend lines on it, and I want to look for higher highs and higher lows, just like this uptrend that we had here on the RSI, how we are gaining strength there, higher highs and higher lows. Then on the backside, we're having lower highs and lower lows, so you can really gauge it off that. It's like using a line graph up here. But overall in this video, what I wanted to bring you was just to look at the trends, realize we're in a downtrend right now. We're below all the moving averages. We're below our 50-day moving average. We're below our 40 EMA. We're below our 20 EMA, and we're below our 200-day EMA. They're all acting as overhead resistance for us along with this white downtrend line. So for me, this is a spot to be very careful, guys. I personally, this isn't financial advice, I wouldn't be going long right now. I would wait for more confirmation because the trend is obviously down. When you want to be going long is when we're getting up above and having candle closes up above these moving averages, just like we did over here. You can see that we had a very nice candle, a bullish engulfing candle. We closed up above the 20, the 40, the 50, and we really got moving from there. And right now they're pressing down upon us. So just keep that in your back pocket. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. If you like Litecoin, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll continue to do the best we can for you guys. God bless you all. Take care.